Okay, kids, so to finish this thing off, there's a few little steps we got to take. You're going to need one of these 18-inch rulers. You're going to need a pen. You're going to need your little stick. That's in your bag. The eraser I gave you yesterday, also in your bag. And then you guys are all going to have to kind of share around the little cup of glue, and you're going to need a Q-tip. All right. So we need to train the paper to fold properly. Yes, we could sit here and try and fold it on that line just without doing anything, but chances are the fold won't be straight and your cube will be very jacked up and crooked. So you're going to take the ruler and the pen. You're going to look for the dark black lines on this picture. Put the ruler right over the dark black lines, and you are going to push straight down with the pen along the ruler. Notice how I'm holding the ruler so it stays straight and it doesn't move while I'm working. Right through there. Okay. I'm going to line it up on the other side. Do this. And essentially what we're doing is we're creating a little dent in the paper that'll help it fold in the exact right place. Then we're going to turn this, and we got to do 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the shorter lines this way. Okay, now I have used my pen to make those lines. That's called scoring, by the way. Next up, now you're going to train your paper. So wherever you put those lines, it's going to fold super easy and nice and straight. And we need to also fold our tabs. And all the other sides as well. Basically, anywhere we use that pen, you are folding. If you didn't push hard enough with the pen, this won't work too well for you. So make sure that you did it right. Okay, so now that I've got my paper trained, you can see it's already trying to go together, to be honest with you. You are now going to take the long part right here. Okay. That's going to be where our glue goes, right there. You do not want a lot of glue. That's why I'm having you do it with a Q-tip, okay? Because we want it to dry pretty quickly. So you just want a light glaze of glue on here. Not blobs or globs. Put this together like so. And you're going to get your fingers inside and hold on to it until it sets. And if you didn't use too much glue, it'll set pretty quickly. You can fold these tabs up to get your fingers in there better if you want. I'm just kind of working my fingers back and forth, pressing this. And if you see something popping apart, get all this glue. That's pretty well set now. My next step is to bend these tabs in so that they sit kind of flat. 4. Get some glue on each one. It's particularly important that you get some glue right along the edges here. Okay. And you're going to close off your box very gently because it's just paper. And the smart thing to do now that you've got this like this, and you can see it's trying to come apart. To prevent that, simply put it down. Like that. Now gravity does the work instead of your fingers. Okay, last step is to close the top. Again, the most important part for the glue is right along these edges. By now, your Q-tip's probably getting a bit ragged, and that's okay, because this is the last step you need with the glue. Close it up. And just hold it for a bit until it stays closed on its own and doesn't try and pop up. Because I didn't use it over a ton of glue, it sets very, very quickly, and that's important. All right, so my cube is now complete. It's staying together pretty well. Okay. So my next thing is going to be, I'm going to put this aside to let it dry. I'm going to move to my little wooden stick and my eraser. If you look at your eraser carefully, you will see that there is a little hole that I worked into the rubber of the eraser. Okay. And the writing is on where your name is. That's going to be the bottom. So we want to put the stick into this little hole on the clean side where there's no writing at all. You're just going to work your stick in there without breaking it. So keep your fingers way down here when you do it, not up here. You don't want it to poke out the other side because then it won't sit flat. And there you go. So now I have my little stand. Take my Sharpie marker out of my bag. And we don't want to see the eraser anymore, so you just take some Sharpie. And you're going to do this for all 4 sides and the top. You do not have to do this on the bottom because you're not going to see the bottom. Then you just go in, touch up any spots that you might have missed along the edges. And that step is done. Back to my cube. Take scissors, which are on the windowsill, like they always are. I'm just going to nip off a corner. Right? Like just enough that we can see a little hole in the corner here. Okay? You pick the corner, doesn't matter. You are going to insert, like so. And have it. One cube sitting on its own on a little stand. Once you are finished, put it on the windowsill so I can throw a grate on it, and you have your free time.